Well, howdy guys, welcome back. Here we are already on another episode. Much to do, much to do. So let's jump into it. I've got an ambitious list of things I want to kind of accomplish this episode here. And my goodness, I totally forgot. I am so sorry. So special shout out to our good friend Madame Traffic Jam, who I totally forgot about. I'm so sorry. And this interchange named after you. So I hope you don't mind that. And this one does incidentally have a little bit of traffic, so it does kind of suit the the name, right? That's kind of my thoughts on that. So here we are. I do appreciate the comments. I know you're kind of new to the channel, so okay, guys. In the grand scheme today, my ambitious idea. Oh, and sorry, before I kind of move into that, I'll forget otherwise. I got two things I need to do. Number one, we got some policies going on right over here. Let's explore those. So I've got a parks and recreation. You can actually sneak a peek at these. That kind of makes a little bit of a focus on parks and stuff. We got quite a few in Mr. Random Uploader's district. Those are the ones that are kind of just down here, right? Yep, over in this spot. And they get a boost now. It does kind of add to the budget, but I think it's like well worth the investment. We do have recreational use on too, so you're very welcome to kind of use recreational products in the parks, at your discretion. But kind of I picture maybe at night when the kids have gone home, maybe around the campfire, the adults kind of have story time or something and just kind of share some, Anyhow, and we also have extra insulation, so that does kind of add again a bit to the budget, but it saves on the houses here drawing a lot on the hot water and on our electricity. So I'm kind of playing around with that. We'll see how that kind of pans out. And I did try a few taxation policies on the district, but everyone was like immediately complaining about the taxes. So I think we'll kind of leave that just like that. And I'm happy that we kind of changed this road over. Okay, so also just an update too, just in terms of mods and this and that. I've already gone ahead and disabled a few because my computer, it's actually struggling. So the traffic president, that one there, I had disabled that, and we weren't really doing a whole heck of a lot with custom intersections anyway, like in changing the traffic lights and stuff. And then I also removed oh goodness, it was one other one that I turned off, and it was also again traffic related. Shoot, I can't remember which one it was. I'll leave them in the mod list though. But my whole goal was to kind of remove a little bit of the burden on the computer. Okay, so you can kind of see that, like I was saying, there is traffic here. And before I kind of go into my grand scheme about what we're doing with this episode, even though I jokingly said we're kind of going to rush into it, to alleviate the traffic here, my plan is again to buy this area. Make interchanges here so that people will get off in this spot. And if we're creative, we can possibly sneak something in over here on the other side as well. Anyways, that's for a little bit down the road. Let's just jump into what I was going to do, and we can kind of talk and build at the at the same time here. So I want to go straight across like this. Actually, that's perfect. That's a really cool little interchange. And then this way we can start bringing in some trams, the whole way through and across. And then I want to follow the contour lines of this highway. But I want to start making a like a zone over here, because we don't have a whole heck of a lot of room in the rest of the city in terms of trying to expand right now. And even though it seems a little bit unconventional and I kind of keep avoiding it, I might actually not buy this tile here because I want to finish off this spot. And since we have room, to kind of expand here, maybe we can make it a high density kind of theme, especially around the highways. And we're really close to this milestone. And then the one after that, it's only 12,000 additional people, so it's not a lot, right? We can do it. It's essentially doubling our city population. So let's be ambitious. Let's do this. Okay, so we might maybe break over here too, put some offices on this side. We'll see how time goes. And then we'll see how the tourist area goes. But also, I maybe want to get a train going. Oh my goodness, there's so much to do. Okay, so really quickly, just so our population is moving and we are getting something and someone in here, Let's go like this. We'll just eyeball that. That's not too bad. That's essentially straight. High density right here, high density all across on the other side. I might just stop right there, or you know, even we can just do. That's probably in a state of flux because of the change in the road over here. Once we buy the next tile. Okay. Oh, it's the rush hour mod. Oh my goodness, that's the one I removed because they were very demanding on my system. I was just kind of staring at the you know, my CPU kind of usage, the percentages. And it's like all of these in combination, all the mods and assets and stuff. It's just, it adds, you know, each one. It's like the straw that breaks the camel's back kind of thing. And then when I record on top of that, it's kind of, you know, it's just like my poor computer sometimes. It gives me those little, you know, high CPU kind of load warnings. So I either need a second computer or like, you know, maybe a capture card or something. But all this stuff, it is, you know, it's kind of expensive, so I gotta save up. And I don't mind buying it. I really do want the quality of our videos to kind of improve. So I think in the long run, I'm totally fine with making the investment. Just in the short run, you know, I'm kind of a broke student sometimes, right? So unfortunately, that is life. And things like rent and like, you know, gasoline and all that kind of, it does kind of come first. And food, that's very expensive. I eat lots of food. Okay, so we'll just kind of build. Actually, you know what? Since we don't have to worry about rush hour, we'll bring the sun right back up. I was going to say we can build through the night, but no worries there. Okay, now, again, just for the sake of traffic, let's do one little 6-lane kind of corridor starting through here, and then we can continue that the whole way up. And that should be a pretty effective way of getting, you know, our traffic kind of from one end to the other. Alright, so we'll work our way up and over these trains. And we don't really have anything to kind of go off of in terms of our symmetry, so we're gonna have to eyeball this, which is totally fine, but we'll just have to make sure we're, you know, extra careful. Okay, so that's about fine by me. Oh, and then guys, in the next few episodes kind of coming up, just so we're kind of setting a little bit of a schedule and a pace and everything, I do kind of want to get some buses going. And eventually get the subways running too. So expect that pretty soon. So if that's kind of giving you trouble in your cities, or you guys are finding that maybe a little bit intimidating to kind of, you know, to break into, I'll kind of show you some, you know, pretty easy stuff that we can, you know, kind of do together. Okay, so let's... Now my thoughts are, these are, you know, we've got bike lanes, right? So I want the bike network to kind of work together. That I'm totally not opposed to doing. Especially because of the way the interchange is here. So let's do that, you know, even if it's just temporary, I kind of like that. And then again, this, even if it's just temporary, we're going to find a way just to kind of close this off right now. Or you know, what we can do is have this connect to one of these roads, or even break away with a separate... Oh, actually, you know, I have an idea. Okay. Because obviously we want trams kind of going through here, right? And we do want symmetry at the same time, so let's go for both. Okay, so the game plan... Get some good space in here, just make use of our, you know, our zones. Yeah, the game plan is just to look like this. Oh, and you know what? We'll keep an eye... okay, so my plan was to get some rails going through here too, actually. Since the rail, it's going to be a little bit trickier to get into place versus anything else, let's do that first. Let's establish where the train stations are going to be. Oh my goodness, so much to do. But this is the kind of stuff, again, you know, it's important to plan, just kind of get it done, you know, early. Don't let the city kind of, you know, take control of it, you know. You control it. Alright, so this possibly most likely is going to go under and eventually that way. And then we can make an interchange over here. And my idea, just so that we can encourage, you know, people to use the highway, and we can even start this now, is to take, where am I looking for? Yes, there we go. Trams and go. Alright, so this is our little district, or not district, our little transportation hub. Yeah, okay, perfect. We can go through here. We just go even, oh, even like that. Is it possible? It is. Now, should we go down here, I wonder? Yeah, that's probably a little bit too close to this bridge. And it does kind of throw the symmetry off, but proof of concept, you know, at least we know it's possible. Oh, we get some grids over here, so let's use those to our advantage. Oh, nice, that's in line and everything too. Cool. Okay, so that can even go like this. There we go. That's the mystery. And that's the mystery solved. Cool! Oh my goodness, I'm so excited. Oh, this is absolutely amazing. Oh, and oh my gosh, I'm gonna forget otherwise. Finally, I remembered. I've been getting this reminder from our friend Mr. Toxic for a while here. Okay, I'm so sorry. You keep reminding me, so we'll finally put these in. So, taxi stand. Oh, actually, that's the depot. Let's put the depot somewhere else. Let's move this. Depot can be a little bit, you know, kind of out of the way. Not a bad spot actually over here. I do kind of want to keep it near like a highway or something though, just so the taxis can move around. Oh, gee, that is a good spot over here. Okay, so depot is in place, and we'll put a couple taxi stands just to kind of help out our citizens and our tourists. Okay. So near our big central station is a great spot for these. So one there is fine, and oh, this is actually a good spot too over here. Maybe a bit closer to the action. Trying to not do too much damage, you know, in terms of destroying buildings here. Oh my goodness, I don't know why this is making me take forever. Okay, so we'll put them here. We'll actually put multiple because that's fine and dandy by me. Okay. So there we go. Finally, a few taxi stands in the city, so we should see them kind of, you know, rolling through the streets. And we'll redraw some lines too once we get this little area figured out. Okay, so next in the transportation docket, it's the train stations. We'll figure out those train lines, and then we can get the actually, I'll delete this. Then we get the trams going, and holy smokes, so much to do. Hopefully we won't run out of time here. Alright, now I need actually more space to work with. And you'll kind of see why. And again, I did say my plan was to go kind of through here, so we can at least get the start of that happening. And we'll do our best just to kind of eyeball a straight road here. Unfortunately, we can't get the this road to work. Yeah, no, that's definitely not what I'm after. Okay. I'll play by that rules. Getting a little bit sharp, kind of what I was saying in the previous episode, but trying to avoid that. But we'll just use that as placeholder. And I do want to figure out this kind of rail network. And you know what, now that I see it, I actually want this to be a little bit more curved. So we'll put the rail in first, then we'll work everything else out around it. Okay, so trying to find the pillars the way I want them to work. I think the best bet is to move that. Okay, there we go. And so that will be like this. There we go, train right through here. And I'm actually gonna make that further up. Oh, we can even make that like a tunnel. Or, we'll figure that out. Sorry guys, I'm a little bit all over the place, but I have kind of a master plan here. It's just the roads and everything are not really cooperating with me. Okay, there we go. Finally got someone established. When this all links up and everything kind of looks, you know, when it works, you'll be like, oh, okay, I gotcha. And so this one will continue as a bridge ever so slightly like this. Just so that we can get up and over. Still a bit further down, looks like. Nope, there we go. Okay, so that's got to get over here, as you can probably guess. And just bring the lights back. Now that's not the worst for kind of an intake, right? Especially in terms of kind of keeping the speed. I'm gonna do that a little bit more, maybe a little bit wider. But again, at least we kind of have the general idea. So we'll like this. Say like that as placeholder. And how do we have that just before? Kind of curve a little bit like this first, maybe? That seems to be. Okay. Oh wow, that lined up actually very, you know, rather nicely. Okay, so that's essentially what I was going for, which is basically a breakaway. And this can kind of head, you know, towards our little central station. And this can kind of continue down, kind of wrap, you know, around like this. Cool. And I don't think that's too steep or too tight of a curve anywhere to kind of slow the train down too much. Or kind of have that, you know, texturing issue where it kind of looks like it's running off the rail a little bit. So I'll leave that as it is, and then we're going to do the kind of opposite over here. We're going to go this way. And so what I'm now going to do, since we're having the 6-lane road down there, is... actually, I was tempted to convert this into a the road with the tram tracks, and just kind of have their 6-lane go like this, right? So why don't we do that? I think it's a better approach. So at least up here will be for trams, and that way it makes a little bit more sense when we're bringing this over. Okay, so we can start piecing this together. Okay, so that connects there. And of course, no, of course. Just our luck, right? Well, that's okay. That means this can just stay as an independent, you know what, though? We have to get our train still through here. Okay, so let's put that there first. And, of course, we don't get lucky with the pillars. Now, is it just a matter of if we move this pillar? I think so. Let's pause this and interfere too much with our airport cars. Put that there. Okay. Oh, what did I just do? There's always so much to do. Okay. So there, that's fine. That fixes the pillars. Now, you know, it'd be really crazy, which we're not going to do because I don't think it'll work. Yeah, as if we had like our own little, you know, crossing like that. I mean, theoretically, you could make that happen. I'm sure in real life that actually exists. And then the loophole would be you have the, you know... Oh, wow, there is no loophole in this game. Interesting. So we have to go with either a bridge, which we could very easily do right here, because we're already bridged. What height was this? Height of 0. Well, I don't believe you. So we know a 9 is a good height. But sometimes the game doesn't like to do stuff, you know, the way we think it'll work. So let's go up to 12. The game already is giving me trouble. There we go. And then this can just connect you you know, over to here. And then my thoughts, though, honestly, is that we're kind of missing this train station. Unless we put like a pedestrian little crossing and have the tram kind of come on the other side of it really, you know, nice and close. And so we know we can't cross the rails, which is fine, I understand that. Okay, so let's build a road. Sorry, you know me, I kind of assume things will be, you know, super easy when I undertake them. But everything is doable. Okay, so there we go. Something symmetrical. That's what I was going for. Make that into a tram track like that. And then from here, I like that to connect with this. Oh, that's actually not a bad little curve too, but let's make that a bit smoother by starting at this end. Honestly, that's not too bad. That gives us a little bit more room too to kind of sneak that up and, you know, through right there. Okay. Oh, and then as an added bonus, oh my goodness, I just totally saw this now. This is a great little fun extra. We now have the room to make another little transportation kind of hub over here. And we can have, you know, a lot of lines go through. And then that means we can actually get a bus little bay in here as well. Man, this is a great idea. Oh, look at that! Match made in heaven. Are we crazy and do we use this? That's crazy, isn't it? Or do we go up here? Well, no, we want to have it near the train station. And so I know for a fact that there's a back entrance to the default train station. So I'm actually tempted to switch to that, even though it's going to give us a different track. And then that way we can start using both sides. Sorry, I know I'm backtracking here, huh? Terrible pun? Yeah, it's a terrible pun, I'm sorry. But, no, these are the kind of things, again, you know, get them early. Okay, so this is just the default train station that comes... Oh, it's the exact same space, so you know it's even easier, and I deleted everything else. Oh, goodness. Well, that's fine. Really not the end of the world. Okay, where would we need more room? I guess let's put it in the center. Don't overthink it. Anyways, what I was saying is that the back part of the train station here, there's a way in. So that means people can go in and out on both sides. So that's super win, you know, in my books. Okay. Now, unfortunately, just in terms of the old, you know, time, we won't really be able to do everything that I said I wanted to kind of set out for this episode, which is kind of, you know, story of my life sometimes, which is fine. I kind of enjoy the pace that we're going. I do like to kind of stress, you know, like don't build your cities too fast. They'll kind of get away from you. You'll end up causing more problems than you're basically fixing in the short run. And you just hit this plateau where everything is just kind of falling apart. Traffic's, you know, it's just unbeatable, and in the game you don't like it, and you feel kind of, you know, feel like you're not going to enjoy it and this and that, right? But we want to avoid that. Okay, so that's pretty darn cool, if I say so myself. Actually, I quite like this. So yeah, you come in this way, and using that same kind of one-way technique that we had before with the trams, let's do, oh, we can even do one way like that, just so it's trams again, right? Man, this game is great. Okay, so lots, because we're fanatics. Does this create traffic lights? It does. Oh, sugar sticks. Okay, so to avoid traffic lights, let's route these again through a little one-way network through here, right? So I'd like people to be going this way, so they're going in and then through here. And then as a result of that, I would like this to be a one-way. So that means buses and anyone kind of going through, trams and whatnot, they're kind of all forced this away. And then that means, oh my goodness, you know, for in terms of efficiency, this should be a two-way traffic. So that way trams can exit this way as well. Okay, well that kind of solves the problem. I like that bit better. Alright, so we'll do our, you know, our routing through here, which is fine. We should have enough room for many, you know, many bays. Okay, so we'll just put them, you know, so they're kind of one tile in between. Oh, look at all these options. This is great. And I think that's basically it, unless we do something crazy like that, which we'll totally do. Holy smokes, I love it. And that's probably it. Now, just out of curiosity, just sheer curiosity here. What does that look like? Yeah, I think I like that more. So we'll change that direction. Well, that's so cool. Oh my goodness. I don't know. This kind of stuff, I don't know why I love it so much. I just do. Now, would that work better as a tram coming in and then making the loop? I think it might be. So why don't we change that? But then that means this should be a one-way going up then, huh? These are tough questions. But, okay, I think in terms of routing, executive decision, one way. And then down here will be our two-way. Huh, that's really inconvenient. Okay, well, you know what? My plans are kind of falling apart here. Now, why can't I just go back to what I had before? Okay. So let's just go like this then. There. Okay, so that settles that argument. So you can come in this way, make your way in, go through any one of these, and then go out. Okay, so that, again, that took me a little bit longer than I thought. Sorry, guys. Seem to be having just one of those days. But again, you know, take the time, get it done right, and then in the end you'll be as pleased as punch that you know, spent that extra little few minutes. Especially if you plan on, you know, working on your city for quite some time, right? Okay, so how do we affect our buses here by having them all not one way? You know, that's probably a really... might be a pressing issue, so we might have to actually move this like this, and then do a small little road just in and around it. Oh, does that line up? Oh, cool. Okay, so let's try that like this, and oh, I really want this to work. There's got to be a way to make this happen. No, there's got to be a way. Come on, how do we make this happen here? Okay, I'm gonna turn that off. Oh my gosh. Guesswork. Okay, I'm gonna try my best here. Can the games, of course, be uncooperative? Okay, let me try from this side. Almost. I guess is a good way to put it. And that's gonna frustrate me forever. And I don't like that. No, why can't, you know, everything is taking me longer than I wanted to today. I feel like I'm having a Friday or a Monday on a Friday kind of feeling. There we go. End result's pretty good though. So this is just a way for the buses to kind of, you know, make their way around right here. Okay. And I'm tempted to put that right there as well. And if we make it a one-way going in, then that should kind of get rid of the traffic light. Perfect. And again, this is just for the buses to kind of make themselves, you know, a little bit of a an option for looping right here. Okay, so I don't know if we'll lose the bike pass if we go kind of up and over everything right here. But I would like these two to kind of connect. And you can see they almost do, so there's got to be a way to make this happen. And I think that if we make a tunnel, it's going to give us a little issues with the flooding. What we could do instead, though, I just saw it's go like this and make a tunnel, and that should avoid the flooding issues. That's a curveball idea. We'll leave some room though, because we're gonna need some subways through here eventually, right? Well, that's kind of cool. It's like, this wasn't what I originally had in mind, but again, you know, just thinking on the, you know, seat of our pants right here. Okay, so that, in a perfect world, would connect there. Not going to happen, though, unfortunately. But it's very easy for us to go over to here, this. And then, there we go. Connect that like that. That shouldn't be too steep for our trams to kind of, you know, make their way through. And then, before we get too carried away, and again, I know I'm kind of juggling quite a few different things at once right here, but we do also want to get a little bit of the train kind of set up over here as well. Which again, it seems like we're kind of going a little bit crazy in terms of everything, right? But we'll put our next train station, I think, maybe on the other side of this bridge. So we'll just put this over here for placeholder. And I saw a spot. There it is. We lost that power line, but it's not really doing anything for us anyway. Oh, we can connect with this? Oh, but you know what? We're not going to, because this is an internal train line. Okay, so we'll remember that. Connect over here. I think we'll take a different approach symmetrically to get to this guy. And this is kind of why I haven't really done any train lines or anything yet, because of how, like, you know, you can see how often I'm changing everything, right? Even with the trams, right? I just kind of put those in because they're kind of fun and they were new, so I wanted to see those right away. But just in general, I like to kind of, you know, take my time a little bit. Okay, so just like I was doing with the other areas, kind of give ourselves a little bit of options here, you know? Okay. Now, I don't think that's too tight. We probably could have done that maybe a little bit differently in the grand scheme of it all, but I'm not disappointed or, you know, anything with the way that looks. It just looks a little bit odd right now to me. If that's a fair thing to say. Okay, now, again, oh, I want to avoid tunnels being too close over there. That's right. Okay, so this looks really cool against the shore like this. So I don't want to go too far back and lose that kind of look. So let's go like this. And then now let's go straight. And we'll go under like this now. And wouldn't you know it, we're running into problems. But I think that if we remove that, do this first. Yep, that's kind of what we're after. And then when we put this back in, hopefully no issues. Oh no! Oh really? Oh goodness. Okay, back to the drawing board. That looks nicer, so we're, you know, gonna keep that. This will just happen to, you know, start a little bit earlier and just hope for the absolute best here. Even that I'll take. That actually lines up pretty nicely with that, so. But yeah, as suspected, you can kind of see we do lose the bike lanes. Okay, so maybe the bike lanes weren't meant to be per se, just on this part of the stretch. What we can do instead, though, is we'll switch that over. Same with this. And no, actually no, I take that back. We'll look just a bit further. I'm gonna look for, you know, the intersection right there. And what I'm gonna do is create a bike bypass for our bicycle friends for us to use. And hopefully we're gonna sneak this underneath. No, it doesn't look like it's gonna go that way. Now this just might be an issue with the height, kind of, you know, playing not to our, you know, our advantage. Okay, so we can go through here, it looks like. Okay, we just need to get to a 9 to go over. That's not too steep. Yeah, it's a little bit steep, darn it. Okay, back to the drawing board. Now, can we tunnel? I saw a tunnel when we started with this. If we could create a bike lane tunnel, I'd be all for that. It's kind of like, you know, as our... Yeah, it looks like we can. Okay. We are back in action. Yes, okay. There we go. Leave ourselves just enough room to sneak. Hopefully back up. Okay, we'll play by your... We'll play by your rules. Not only that, we actually have to get down there anyway. And there we go. So this is back where the bike lane continues. So we'll, you know, people will use this intersection and just kind of hop back onto the street. So there we go. Okay, a little bypass. Bypass for our bike. And then these kind of things, you know, I'll fill in with rocks and trees and stuff. And then that kind of hides, you know, a little bit of the crazies. It kind of blends things rather nicely. Okay, so I think what we'll do, guys, is we'll take a little break right here. We're off to a fantastic start with this side of the map. Did kind of take us, you know, a little bit to get going, but I think we're establishing something nice. And kind of overhead, you can see we're getting some cool symmetry. We're getting some cool flow with the train. Now that I see this connecting to this, I rather like that U shape. Before, I think it was just kind of missing this, you know, to kind of fill in that piece for my, I guess my brain or whatever, you know, whatever it needed. And I'm definitely digging this. And again, took me a little bit of time to kind of figure out how we're gonna, you know, work this in. And what I might do is possibly add 1 or 2 lines just kind of off camera. I do want to do an episode or 2 just kind of solely focused to public transportation, just to kind of give you guys a little bit of a helping hand. I've had a few requests just for some episodes geared towards that, so we'll kind of, we'll shift gears and do that. And I don't really have a pace in mind for when we're gonna do that, but it'll definitely be upcoming since we're, you know, kind of focusing these days on public transport. But the overall goal still is to kind of get our population up. So you can kind of see we did add a few more buildings, so we're moving in the right direction, but still just, you know, plugging away at it. Okay, guys, you know, I'll ramble on forever, and I'll definitely get another episode out for you guys rather quickly, because I know you're enjoying the pace here. So until then, I will, you know, see you there, and yeah, until then, take care of yourselves. Okay, guys.